All right, I want to talk about protesting and why it's important. I'm going to start off first, giving a little of my own story. I have never been to a protest of any kind that I can remember in my life. I'm 59 now, so that's a long time to not go to one. Until a couple weeks ago, the Hands Off protest. I was there in my own town here in North Carolina, and it was awesome. Now, that being said, not everyone can or should necessarily go to a protest, especially against this illegal authoritarian regime. It was the one I went to. It was completely safe. It was on a campus. The campus police were great. They kept their distance. They made sure everybody was safe. No problems at all. And I think for the most part, that's the way it went across the country. And that's the way it should go. Peacefully. That don't mean be silent, but no violence, no vandalism, destruction of property, any of that kind of crap. And if you can, don't leave any trash behind either. Because most of us liberals ain't in the litter. Okay. So, but not everyone can do this. Okay. I have friends that can't go because they have family members who they're worried about being deported. I'm not going to go into any details about it, but they can't go. And there are people, especially, people who are here, undocumented or documented at this point, it doesn't matter, who don't feel safe going to one. I would say don't. There are other ways to protest, and we'll talk about that in another video, maybe tomorrow. But if you can go, if you're, especially you're an old white guy like me, old straight white guy, Southerner who is privileged. Now, look, I don't have jack shit for money. Okay, so don't think I'm getting ready to jump in my Jaguar out here in the driveway. I don't even own a car, but I'm privileged because I didn't have to grow up worried about what other people thought about the color of my skin or my nationality or whatever. It's pretty obvious I was a Southern white boy. So that's privilege. It's not, Donald Trump kind of privilege who grew up with a silver spoon in his mouth. His daddy was, handed him $400 million when he died. Not that kind of privilege. But I do have enough privilege where I'm probably one of the last targets that this regime will go after, except for the fact that I'm speaking out against them on YouTube. But, this is not a big channel. I'm probably one of the last ones they're going to go for. Well, who knows? They might go for us little guys first. If it does, bring it on, you fucking punk. That's all I got to say. I got something for you. Anyway, why should you go to a protest if you can? Why is it important? Well, one, there's strength in numbers. And Trump is obsessed with numbers, even though he can't count past 4, clearly. Looking at his economic policies, quote unquote. But he's, very concerned about crowd size, as all people with tiny members are. And his poll numbers, maybe it should be spelled P-O-L-E, poll numbers, he's very obsessed with them. And so when we show up in big numbers to resist him, yes, he's going to say, George Soros paid us all $1 million to be there. But, real people know that's bullshit. Now, they might think some of us got paid. We didn't. But they're not going to believe all that. So it gets under his skin when he sees huge numbers of people out protesting him. Also, it builds community. You meet other people there, hopefully, unless you're, very introverted. You can bring friends, like-minded friends with you. Hopefully meet other people, and you see that you're not alone. We're not alone in this fight. There are tens of millions, if not over 100 million, that disagree with this bastard. Okay? They don't all come out to protest. That's fine. And there is real power in those numbers. When we come out in large numbers, even hundreds, but thousands, tens of thousands, it fucking matters, okay? And it's hard to deal with that. Like, logistically, how do you arrest 10,000 people? It's not really possible, right? Maybe you can arrest a couple of them, but it's gonna be difficult. So there's a big protest coming up this Saturday, again on the 19th. Look up 5051, spell that out. I think it might be .org. I'll look it up. I'll put it on the screen here. Go there, look for a protest near you. Their site's a little convoluted, so be patient. It's a little tough to get through, but look it up. Once you get in there, make sure you sign up. Then you'll get emails letting you know when protests are happening near you. But get out. Tell Donald Trump that we don't take no fucking kings here in America. Kings are not allowed. We want our freedoms back, and we want him gone. And his entire regime, including Vance and all of them. They all need to be impeached. And when we vote in a bunch of Democrats next time, that's what's going to happen. All right, guys. Fuck on. Live free.